Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Bix Weir, roadtour.com. So much to talk about. Crazy, crazy, crazy. For private road members, I just posted the Jenny Moonstone discussion, the real tariff plan, April chaos, navigating the transaction, and primal waters. Go check that out at the private road at roadtoruta.com. Oh, by the way, anybody interested in the Veritasium token, I was able to snag some more. We will be giving away one Veri token with every private road renewal and subscription as long as supplies last. So go to the subscribe today and you can find out more information about that. All right. Yes, they did it. The ridiculous silver cabal has pushed the price of silver below the moving averages. See it right here? In the past, what they would do, that would facilitate all the tech traders shorting because they have to do it for their programs and all that. They would short lower. That's when the banks cover. It was, rinse, wash, repeat, all that stuff. Wash, rinse, repeat. Anyway, they're doing it again. Last time was in here. What happened? China loaded up. Time way back here, China and India. India loaded up. India, China, and Russia are buying every single ounce on the planet, and this is just a gift to them. Thanks to Donald Trump, by the way. Donald Trump, this is a Scott Bassett move, if I've ever seen one. Yes, George Soros' right-hand guy is now the Treasury Secretary of the United States of America. Trump set this up. Trump set up the cryptos, too. He's the biggest market rigger on the planet. I love him to death for other things, but we can't be free unless we have free markets. This was 100% set up. They knew in advance the tariffs would cause chaos. They're going to try to roll out some bullshit excuse about why this happened. There's only one reason why gold and silver go up or down or sideways. Same with everything else. Market manipulation on the futures and options market. Period, exclamation point, tie it in a bow, walk away, sit on the corner and watch the chaos. They can put the price of silver to minus $40 like they did with oil. It is easy, and they can make up any bullshit excuse they want. It's a click of a mouse. That's what these markets are. All you have to do is click a mouse. At the basement of the U.S. Treasury, they have a trading floor. They use their what do they call them? The bullion banks. The bullion banks, JP Morgan, HSBC, to execute the trades. Well, the execution actually happens beneath them. A company called Virtu Financial is the high-frequency trading entity that facilitates the rigging of gold and silver markets. Now, they can slam the price of silver and start, and if they don't cover their shorts, it's okay. Although they'll lose money in silver, they make it up in gold or in copper. And it's all orchestrated. And, hey, you lost $1 billion here. Here's an extra $1 billion for you. And this is the way the ridiculous unbacked fiat monetary system has worked since the 1970s. So what do? We hang on to our physical silver. We watch India pick up maybe, right now it depends how long they leave it under. It's pretty significantly under the 200-day moving average, which is, let's see here, where is it? 200-day moving average. Come on now. What am I looking at? I'm go to the 1 year. There it is. Where's the moving averages? What is going on? What is happening? 33 CD. What? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So 100-day moving averages. 200-day is $30.87. We're currently trading at $30.39. So right now, India is buying 1 million ounces here, 1 million ounces there, 5 million ounces here, 50 million ounces here, 100 million ounces there. That's the reality. Look at the volumes traded. 400 million ounces on the COMEX. This is the insanity of market riggers losing control when the rest of all the enemies of the United States should be playing the same game, by the way. It's a handful of banks who facilitate this ridiculous game. It won't stay down here for more than a couple of days. I don't think. I really don't think so. I don't think they have the metal for it. Now, Scott Bassett and Donald Trump probably have a different idea, which is fine. They know the market rigging game more than anybody else. Yes, Trump was a gigantic market rigger. And you crypto people are wondering, oh my God, I thought Trump loved cryptos. No. The reality is he got the weak hands in so he could slam it. It's done the same way, very similar way, although they use exchanges that don't have futures and options. They use the futures and options for Bitcoin, which affects everything. But these exchanges are completely fraudulent. Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Binance, you name the exchange. You really think they have all those coins that they tell their customers they do? They don't, and that's been known for a very long time. So what do? Like I said, you get your assets, you squirrel them away, and you wait for after the crash. The crash is happening. The crash is being pushed by Trump now. And China just laid in some new tariffs. I'll get to that in a second. Anyway, what this did, it jacked the gold-silver ratio over 100 to 1. I mean, you think minus $40 silver would be crazy? 100 to 1 gold-silver ratio is even crazier. It's coming out of the ground at 7 to 1. We've been eating it up. It's above ground at about 1 to 1. The insanity of derivative market rigging will never cease to amaze me. Will they put it to 130 to 1 like Jamie Dimon did right at the beginning of COVID? Yeah, they can do it. It's a click of a mouse. I keep screaming this and nobody listens. Bix, what happened to silver? It's a click of a mouse. They can put the gold-silver ratio at 500 to 1 if they wanted. It's a click of a mouse. Click, click, click. So here's what's happening in India. This is the new numbers don't come out till the 15th, but as you can see, the numbers are January was higher. Of course, February of this year was much lower than the 70 million ounces or whatever it was. I can tell you right now, actually, it was 76 million ounces the last time they really held the price of silver below the moving averages. That's what happens. You hold it long enough, they can just keep taking it and taking it and taking it. I think India knows that they're not going to have much time to take it this time, so I would assume in March, April. We've got a whole month. April will be, it's early to tell because this just happened. And how long will the banking cabal hold it under? They don't want to lose the metal. That's the problem. And they want to get their hands on the metal for the May delivery. So it's a very complicated game. And then they're trying to appease the Trump administration. Oh, nothing's wrong. Look the other way. Gold and silver aren't going up. What are you talking about? It's all bullshit. It's all a lie. Everything you see is a lie. But hey, their lie is our profit in the future. When the systems fall apart, when the derivative bubble comes crashing down, that's when you can see who's wearing swim trunks and who's not. And I'll guarantee you, J.P. Morgan, HSBC, Bank of America, Citibank are not wearing trousers or swimsuits in this puddle of scum. And they're going to drain that swamp, and these are the too big to fail banks. But again, at the end of the day, the Trump administration wants it to fail. Even the bad guys everybody wants it to fail. It's just nobody wants to take the blame. That's why Trump didn't put the tariffs on gold and silver yet that we know of. But the reality is, when he's ready, well, who wants to be blamed? You don't want to be blamed. Mexico, if they had any brains, would have stopped the exports of silver a very long time ago, and they'd be a rich country. But they don't have the balls to do it, so to speak. Or probably the U.S. military threatens them. We'll take out not only the people on your border, but deep inside Mexico. I mean, we're the bully on the block these days. So who knows? Who knows? Again, this is what the gold-silver ratio just happened to it. Look at that. Spikes over 100 to 1. This is insanity at its finest, but this is a massive opportunity for you. Take advantage of the criminal manipulation. Swap all your gold for silver. Call Andy Scheckman at Miles Franklin or send him an email, info@milesfranklin.com. Say, I want to swap gold for silver. I think he only charges on a commission on half that trade. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that, but find out if it makes sense to you. I mean, you're not going to get obviously 100 ounces for your 1 ounce of of gold because this is a COMEX contract. COMEX is ridiculous, but you'll get a lot. So if you have any gold, I mean, I personally know there's more, like 10 times more gold than what they tell you. So it's a good swap. Tucker Carlson just interviewed a guy about Fort Knox, and he was saying the same thing I do. Everybody lies about what gold they have. Every country lies. Obviously, Jeffrey Christian and Metals Focus, they lied. They're just not smart enough to do anything else, if you ask me. But everybody lies about gold, and everybody lies about silver. There's so much more gold in the world, and there's so little silver left. So very exciting times. This is the kind of stuff we love, because the more crazy a market rigger tries to fool the world, the more actual metal he's going to lose. So if you go to India, March will probably get March. Let's take a look at March. What happened in March? So March went from here. It was all up. So it'll probably be about 5 to 10 million ounces that India imports. But this right here, this is instantly 10 to 20 in the first couple days of April. If it hangs on and keeps doing this, we're talking 30 to 40. If it hangs on for the whole month under the moving averages, we're talking 60, 70, 80 million ounces to India. This is just India, by the way, not counting Russia, who's already said they're going to start buying all the silver in the world and then stop exporting it. They understand. That's the end game, my friends. That's the bank killer, not gold. Bankers love gold. It is silver. 100% always has been. Click those silver heels, Dorothy. Okay, real quick on cryptos. Yes, they're slamming it. Trump, he lied to you. He said, I'm pro-crypto, I'm pro-crypto, I'm pro-crypto. And then all of a sudden, poof. Sorry, XRP people. He lied. Of course he lied. Yeah, who do you think crashed the market in 2017? The crypto market. And it was even admitted by the head of the CFTC, Chris Giancarlo. He came out later and said, yeah, me and Trump and Mnuchin and Yellen, or whoever was, or Jerome Powell at the time, maybe. I don't know who was at the helm. We all decided we were going to rig the Bitcoin market, so we created Bitcoin derivatives to bring the price down, which crashed everything. And that's how you control prices. Futures and options. There's no other way in a financial market. That's why every single financial market is going to be destroyed, because there's $3 quadrillion worth of market activity in the derivative market. It's over. So what am I buying in crypto? Massive amounts of Theta, even more amounts of T-Fuel. I'm even swapping Theta for T-Fuel if you can run a booster node. Why? Because the future of humanity is going to be towards AI. It just is. There's no way around it. Otherwise, we'd be gone. And there's good and bad of AI. I get that. Amazing resource. So, yeah, it's going to happen. Now, can it happen with the current infrastructure? It doesn't look like it. Microsoft is now scaling back AI data centers in the U.S., Australia, and in the U.K. They know the centralized way we've done it in the past will not work with AI. AI has to be stored everywhere around the world. It has to be available everywhere around the world in massive quantities. Massive. And Microsoft knows that they can't catch up. There's no way to catch up, so why throw more money at it? How about working with your partners? Who does Microsoft partner with? Of course, it's Theta. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, they're all partnered with Theta. These are Theta partners. And the insanity that people don't understand this yet, and they're selling T-Fuel for 3 cents. There's going to be a massive upgrade in June. I think it's the 25th of June for decentralized cloud storage. It's happening. It is actually going to happen, and the shocking thing is that people don't understand. With all these transactions, T-Fuel is burned. They burned quite a bit of T-Fuel. The more transactions you have, we're going to literally see T-Fuel be lower volume availability than Theta. Now, things can be done to fix that, change the pricing structure, all kinds of things can be done. But the T-Fuel to Theta ratio right now is 24 to 1. I think that's pretty much insane with this upgrade coming in June. We'll find out, though, right? Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. I do think T-fuel is going to run into the $10, $20 range. Yes, T-fuel. Theta should go to the $1,000 that Michelle White Dove have predicted. Theta's going to be great. I love Theta. It's kind of like gold and silver. I love gold. I know there's 10 times as much gold, but it's still better than the unbagged fiat money. And the United States has a hell of a lot of gold to go back to a gold standard, an actual physical gold standard. But I think during the crash, when the banks start crashing, they're going to sell all the gold. They have to, by law. To stay solvent, JP Morgan will have to sell all that gold they have, which is, I don't know, who knows how much they have now, right? $1 trillion worth of gold. So we're looking at chaos dead ahead. And you might think Trump is, I don't understand these tariff things. Why would he do this? Why would he want the rest of the world to hate us? Blah, 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 blah. He wants to destroy the system. It's that simple. Who's the winner? If Trump destroys the system, the unbacked fiat monetary system, there's no banks and there's no 401ks anymore and everything just kind of goes away. It's so rehypothecated now, it really doesn't matter because we're finding out there's unlimited amounts of money being printed at every large department within the U.S. government. Literally, computers with no bank account behind it making payments of billions of dollars. That money is created into thin air. Usually it's safe for the banks to do that. The Fed will create $1 million and the banks turn it into $10 million. Well, this is just like the Fed, except nobody even knows about it and nobody cares and there's no debt to pay off because it's a faith and confidence game. And you're creating infinity money, you lose faith and confidence. That's what's going to end. What does that mean? It means, yes, chaos, the loss of everything you got, unless it's in your own possession. And then the reallocation of money. But it's a good thing. I know people don't understand this. The United States is the largest debtor nation in the world, by far, double what China has. So who wins when there's a currency collapse, a global jubilee, or whatever you want to call it? The largest debtor nation, which is the United States. We would win. And who controls the system? The United States. Who decides when when the system's going to fall apart? The United States. Who's going to go back to a sound money system the fastest out of anybody? Probably the United States. We have gold and silver on the books as our money. Fiat money was a ridiculous invention. Faith and confidence and military might is what ran it. And now nobody has any faith and confidence in it. So, yeah. That's kind of where we are. I'll talk about this with the private road, but I talk about we're looking at the capacity. What capacity does Theta have to take over for all the AI investment? None right now, very small amount. But if you have the partners actually being partners, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Samsung, Sony, all those big partners actually being partners and say, hey, we don't have to spend, $3 trillion on infrastructure. We can use what's out there already. We don't need Taiwan. Here's our partner, Theta. Here's the edge node. All right, Samsung, download it on every single device you have. It is a software. And everybody can run an edge node. There's a little, what do they call it? Basic income, universal basic income right there. Whoever has a cell phone. Right now, I think it's just Android phones, but you can download the Edge node on your Android. It doesn't do all the functionality, but it does a lot. And you can earn T-Fuel on your Android. That'll come to the iPhone. Apple will become a partner. Of course they will, like everybody else. The world is changing, and you gotta be dynamic and not static. That was Cliff's big advice before COVID. Everything's about to change. You be dynamic and not static. If you're static, you're sitting there waiting for things to return. You're waiting for them to bail out the banks. You're waiting. That won't work. You have to position yourself for this transition. But yeah, I did ask some questions. To what extent can mass adoption of Theta edge nodes help alleviate the AI infrastructure lack of capacity going forward? It's about 25%. Until I asked this question. How about if Theta's partners help Theta with their mass adoption? And it would be to their benefit. And then it goes over 50% of all infrastructure today for AI and moving forward could be over 50% could be taken up by the Theta edge node. And the way that works, sharing everybody's free space on their hard drive, sharing everybody's computing power, sharing everybody's broadband capacity. That's the software that Theta invented, the Theta edge node. And how does it work? Well, it pays you out in Theta Fuel, a very handy cryptocurrency, and it's very fast. I mean, it runs off Ethereum's the ERC20 token, ERC20 is it ERC20 token, the same software that Ethereum uses, Theta uses, except it's a hell of a lot faster, better blockchain. Is there going to be a transition? I think there is. Ultimately, I think there is. We'll find out, right? We'll find out. China strikes back, 34% tariffs. This will speed up the end game. And then China will take Taiwan, and Xi will be seen as the bad guy. This, at some point, I'm sure Trump will strike back again. This puts China's tariffs at 60%, by the way, because they already had tariffs on. Here's an interesting little graph right here. They already had 10% on all Chinese good on February 4th. In March 4th, they had a second 10% on Chinese good. And then April 9th, you have 34%. Our largest trading partner. This is our largest trading partner. And they're blaming it for currency manipulation. Oh, my God. The United States is blaming someone else for currency manipulation. Just because they do it better than you, don't get pissed at it. The United States is the biggest currency manipulator on the planet, with futures and options and derivatives on the yuan and the dollar and the euro. And who do you think plays those games? It's the Fed New York. It's the basement of the U.S. Treasury. Don't blame China. Although they do it too. They learned the game. I'm sure they have their secret money computers as well. It's a con. The whole system is a useless, ridiculous con that people have fallen for. And we're going to have to live through the chaos that had been predicted since 1913, since the creation of the Fed. We knew it was coming, and now it's here. So good luck if you have money in the system. I know everybody I've heard is doing a extension on their taxes, if not paying them at all. You know, you can fight the fight of whether or not income taxes are legal in the United States. And many people have fought the fight and think they win the fight, but the IRS does not care about the law. Yes, that same IRS that Trump is now auditing. There's a lot of shit. Don't just do an extension on your taxes. Yeah, you'll have to pay penalties and fees and all that, but the reality is, this is not financial advice. Between now and, October 15th, when you'd have to pay it or something, I don't even think the system's going to stay together. I heard they just fired massive amounts of people from Homeland Security, and everybody's going to get fired. And it's better for them. AI is going to take their job anyway. So you give you a head start on you got to be dynamic. You got to find something else to do if AI is going to take your job. Because this is 3 or 4 years, I'd say half the jobs in the United States will be done by AI. So they're going to have to give out a universal basic income or have people find little side gigs, and a lot of that's being done now. Anyway, again, we are currently giving away the coveted Veritasium token. Yeah, that's the same token that Cliff's data shows going 1-to-1 with Bitcoin. Everybody's like, that's impossible. This is back in 2015, 16. He's like, I'm just reading my data. And then the U.S. government came in and shut him down, stole Reggie's token, put him in purgatory, and then they granted him 7 patents. And voila, he's back, although he's still legally, he can't deal in cryptos legally. But it could be, I think Cliff's data had the U.S. government coming to Reggie and saying, the system has fallen apart and we need your help and put it back together. And that's when I think they give him back his tokens and he gets to go from where he stood before, which is the best way for if you're a very token holder now, because that would get you right to Cliff's prediction of Veri and Bitcoin crossing paths. Then again, they might say we want your technology, but not through the Very token. Reggie's promised the people who have Very tokens that they'll get discounts on his proprietary software, but that's a promise. Very strange world we live in. Very strange world. Anyway, we're giving that out with every private road subscription and renewal, and we got a lot more to come this weekend. It's Friday night. Anything can happen Friday night. Banks can crash. Global currencies can crash. China announces 34% tariffs on the U.S. on a Friday. Why Friday? Because you got the chaos of the weekend, and then you come back to, did they fix it or not? I think there's more chaos set for April. I think the big end game is going to be either June or September. But who knows? It might be tomorrow. The question is, how are you dealing with it? How can you get your physical assets in your own possession? Are you ready? Have you talked to your friends and family about what happens if the system falls down? What happens if our Visa card doesn't work, or our credit card doesn't work, and you have no access to your bank accounts anymore ever? What happens? What can you do as a community? What can you do as an individual? It's all good and well to stock a bunch of silver that's not very portable, but I do think silver is going into the thousands of dollars per ounce. Theta and especially T-Fuel are going to shoot through the moon farther down the line. We'll find out, right? Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. This is life. Anyway, that's what I got. Again, I'll be checking in with the Private Road all weekend. You want to join the Private Road, go to roadtoruta.com, click on subscribe today. I'll talk to you guys later.